Imagine walking into a car dealership ready to buy. The salesman sits you down and asks about your favorite sports team, where you went to school, what you like to eat. An hour passes. He still hasn't mentioned cars once. That's how most men talk to women, and they wonder why nothing ever happens. Everyone complains about pushy car salesmen. They're manipulative, they pressure you, they sneak in extra fees, they use psychological tactics. Fair enough, some are legitimately sleazy and create terrible experiences. But imagine the opposite scenario. Imagine a car salesman who never actually tries to sell you anything. You walk onto a car lot, you've done your research, you know what you want, you're ready to buy. The salesman greets you, sits you down in his office, and starts asking personal questions. So where are you from originally? What do you do for work? Do you have any hobbies? What's your favorite food? How about that local sports team? At first you might think he's just being friendly, building rapport, but 10 minutes pass, 20 minutes, half an hour. He still hasn't mentioned a single car, hasn't asked what you're looking for, hasn't shown you any models, hasn't discussed prices or features or test drives. Just endless small talk about increasingly irrelevant topics. How would you feel? You'd be sitting there thinking, this is a complete waste of my time. This isn't going anywhere. I came here to buy a car. You'd probably get up and leave, and you'd think that salesman was absolutely terrible at his job, even though he was friendly and you had a perfectly pleasant conversation. This is exactly how most men interact with women they're attracted to. They might open with some indication of interest. You look cute today, but then they immediately pivot to completely platonic small talk. So how about that weather? Pretty cold this week, right? So where are you from? Oh, really? That's south, right? Interesting. Actually north of here? Got it. The conversation continues like this. He's talking to her like she's a buddy, like they're two strangers making small talk in a waiting room. There's no romance, no tension, no indication whatsoever that this is a man interested in a woman. It's completely neutered. An hour later, or sometimes just 10 minutes, the conversation dies. They've run out of random topics. There's an awkward silence. Maybe he gets her number just to have something to show for the time invested, but she never responds to his texts. He's confused. We had a great conversation. She seemed to like me. What happened? What happened is simple. If you don't get to the point, there is no point to the interaction. This explains one of the biggest complaints in cold approach in dating. I ran out of things to say. Of course you did. When you're just creating random topics without any direction or purpose, you're constantly restarting conversations. You talk about weather, that topic peters out. You scramble for the next topic, sports, that runs dry. Where she's from, travel, what she does for work. Each topic is a separate, disconnected thread that eventually exhausts itself. You're working exponentially harder than necessary and getting nowhere. But when you actually establish and maintain intent, when you convey, I like you, I want to find out about you, I'm interested in seeing if this could go somewhere, everything changes fundamentally. Now you have a meta topic that never dies. It's no longer about you and her as separate entities having a random social interaction. It's about we, the possibility of connection, the exploration of compatibility, the dance of attraction happening in real time. Once that frame is introduced and maintained, you can always return to it. It's ever present in the conversation. The subtext is always, I'm interested in you and I'm figuring out if we're compatible. Everything you talk about exists within that frame. You can literally never run out of things to say because you always have that underlying current. Oh, you like hiking? That's interesting. I love people who value adventure. Tell me more about that. What draws you to it? Now, you're not just making small talk about hobbies. You're exploring whether she has qualities you value, whether there's alignment, whether there's potential. Think back to the car salesman. If he's just making small talk, yes, he can run out of things to say. There are only so many random topics before it gets weird. But at any moment, he can redirect to his actual purpose. So, are you looking for something fuel efficient or more performance oriented? 2-door or 4-door? New or used? There's always a direction things can move. There's always something to say that serves the actual purpose of the interaction. The same applies to dating. When you establish intent, you always have direction. You can talk about her childhood, and it's not just random biography. You're learning about what shaped her into who she is and whether that person is compatible with you. You can discuss her career, and it's not just polite small talk. You're understanding her ambitions, her values, her relationship to work. Everything gains purpose and meaning when there's intent behind it. Showing intent doesn't just solve the running out of things to say problem. It actually makes everything else within the interaction make more sense and feel more natural. Without intent, physical escalation feels random and creepy. Why are you touching her if you're just having a friendly conversation? With intent established, physical escalation makes perfect sense. You're two people exploring attraction. Without intent, moving locations feels forced. Why go to another bar if you were just talking? With intent, it's obvious. You're creating opportunities for more intimacy and privacy. Without intent, getting her number or asking her on a date comes out of nowhere. She's thinking, I thought we were just having a friendly chat. With intent, it's the natural progression of an interaction that was always going somewhere. Intent is the foundation that everything else is built on. Without it, you're just spinning your wheels, working hard to go nowhere. Most men avoid showing intent not because they don't understand its importance, but because showing it means risking rejection. A friendly conversation can't be rejected. It's just two people talking. But the moment you indicate romantic or sexual interest, she can say no. That possibility terrifies most men. So they hide behind endless small talk, hoping that somehow, magically, attraction will spontaneously generate without them ever having to stick their neck out. It doesn't work that way. It never has. Intent doesn't just move the interaction forward, it gives the interaction meaning, purpose, and direction. Everything else flows from that foundation. Show it early, show it clearly, and maintain it throughout. Be the car salesman who actually tries to sell cars, not the one who just wants to chat about sports. So we know we need intent, but there's a crucial question. Should you be direct or indirect? Should you walk up and say you're beautiful, or should you be more subtle? That's what we explore next time. The answer might surprise you, and understanding it will save you from the trap that ruins most men's approaches.